What is going on YouTube? Today I got myself classic Jollibee. I haven't had it in a while. Last time I actually had it was the last time I had it on channel. And you know, I thought I wanted something good today. I actually got a couple funny stories that my sister loves. She always makes me tell these stories. And you know, they're pretty funny and I never told them on the channel before, so I'll tell them to you guys now while we have these here Jollibee. One of my favorite things to eat here, as you guys know. Ooh, they gave me, this is a large fry. Look at that. It's a lot of fries that she gave me there. So classic, we got fries, gravy, and a 3-piece. So of course, before we get started, guys, just remember to watch the end to get my full review of this Jollibee. Now review, stay to the end to get my full story. So it's technically 2 stories packed into one, but let's have the first bite here. We'll get into the stories in a second. Still waiting on the Jollibee sponsorship. No. Back when I used to post on the First True Review Instagram, I posted a picture of Jollibee. And they actually reached out to me and they're just like, hey, we'd love a picture. Can we post it on our social media? I was like, oh my God, yeah, sure. Because 1, Jollibee is a big brand, and 2, I love Jollibee, and they're reposting my stuff. These guys never ended up doing it. It was so sad. I even messaged him like, hey, are you gonna post that picture? Are you gonna post it? These guys looked at the message and were just like, ignore. These guys are not answering back. I was so excited, and I became so sad. I brought my hopes up just to crush them. Pretty upsetting, honestly, but, you know, it is what it is. But before I get the story, how was your guys' day today? Good, I hope. Okay, it's one of the few days I can get Jollibee. I was like, great, I can get it and break my fast with it. So I'm breaking my fast with Jollibee. So let's get into the story. So this story actually has to do with me embarrassing myself in front of the same girl twice. Was it high school? It was high school. At the time, it was pretty embarrassing, but also really funny, so I didn't care too much. So back when I was in high school, I lived really close to my school. So a lot of times I would go home for lunch. That probably happened in like the 9th grade, I think. That makes most sense, 9th or 10th grade, because that's when I kind of like kept going home for lunch. I stopped going home for lunch in the 11th, 12th grade, just because, you know, I started actually getting like a lot of friends, or not like a lot of friends, but I started getting a group of friends. So I started sticking around then. But in the 9th to 10th grade, I used to go home and eat food a lot. So I lived with my grandma, and she, at the time, would make like she'd make me lunch for when I come, and she'd make me just like whatever there is. And it wouldn't be anything crazy, honestly. It'd just be like whatever we had. And quick to eat because we have 30 minutes. So one time I came home and she's just like, here, have a peanut butter sandwich. So I ate it and I felt fine because I love peanut butter. Like peanut butter sandwiches, I love them. Even on their own. Crunchy peanut butter. Peanut butter jelly. Oh my God. Too good. But I was like, whatever. It's fine. So I ate it, and honestly, after like, I'd say like 30 minutes, like when my lunch ended, oh man, I felt absolutely horrible. Like bad. Like, I don't know. I think she made a peanut butter sandwich out of like peanut butter that's been sitting there for a long time. So I went and I just went to class because I was like, whatever, I'll go to class. My next class was gym. So the way gym works is in our schools we had 3 gyms. We had gym A, gym B, and gym C, I believe is how it worked. Or we had like gym A and gym B, but gym A and B like were together. Like there were gyms that were together, and then C is kind of split off by like a divider where you would do like random stuff in there. And today in gym A/B we had 2 classes, and the classes all I think had to run together or something like that. I just remember I was running. So at some point in this gym class, I was running, and mind you, I do not feel well at all. But when I first started running, I was like, okay, I think I can do this. It's fine. I'll be all right. But as I'm running, I'm like, okay, oh, it's getting worse and worse and worse. My stomach's really starting to hurt. Like, what was in that peanut butter? Like, was that peanut butter like bad? Had it gone bad? That's what I'm thinking at this point. And then at a certain point, I'm like running, and there's these girls like sitting on the floor right next to where we're running, because we run on the line in the gym. It's like a giant like rectangle when you run on the line, and beside it are kind of like area where you can like sit, like benches, bleachers. These 2 girls were sitting on the floor like right next to me. And as I'm running, I don't know, something just hit me. And I felt like I was gonna throw up, so I just gagged. But I gagged like really loud, like like that. I didn't actually throw up. I didn't actually do anything like that. But I like gagged really loud when I was like passing them, because I thought I was gonna let it all out right there. And these girls looked so mortified, and they just looked at me. And I kept running. After that, I did slow down because I'm like, yo, I'm about to throw up. Like I can't do this. Like I can't be running like this, because I'm actually gonna like not feel well. I'm actually gonna like just put my whole lunch on the floor here. So I stopped running, and I'm just like, okay, let me coast through the rest of this day and the rest of this class. The rest of the day was fine. I don't throw up. I don't do anything crazy. I just sit in class and just be like in pain. End of the day comes, and my friends are like, hey, you want to go play basketball? I'm like, sure. Let me go home first. So I go home, I like relax for a second. I look at the peanut butter, by the way, because I need to know if it was bad. And that peanut butter, you ever have peanut butter that's sat so long that it starts to like get like liquid at the top? I don't know if it's like the oils or what it is, but it's like that, where the peanut butter has just been sitting for so long. So I'm like, well, that mystery is solved there. Final bite of the chicken here. So after I looked at peanut butter, I got my basketball and I went to the community center. Community center is called Cassie Campbell. For anyone who lives in Brampton and knows Cassie Campbell, was Cassie Campbell. And from where I lived, I'm like super close, like super close to it. So I ride my bike, because at the time I didn't drive. Because like I said, this was like grade 9 or 10 or something, somewhere around that time. So I'm not the best bike rider. I don't think I can ride with no hands on the wheel, and I could barely ride with one hand. So I didn't want to ride the whole way with one hand, even though it was like a short distance. So I'm like, okay, let me just put the ball in my shirt and then ride with 2 hands. It'll be the most efficient. So I'm riding with my bike, ball in my shirt like I'm pregnant, right? And I get to the area where Cassie Campbell. So Cassie Campbell's like right here. Say I have to like ride through like a pathway where like there's parks and stuff like that to get to Cassie Campbell, because that's where they're playing basketball. So right when I'm about to reach them at Cassie Campbell, there is a bench right here, like right near where they are. And who's sitting at that bench? Well, what do you know? It's one of the girls who was sitting down when I like went like, and like I gagged when I was running earlier that day. And I noticed her. My friends noticed me, but she doesn't notice me. until I'm riding and I'm not paying attention. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I hit something or if my foot missed or my foot accidentally touched the ground or something, but right as I get in front of her, I just wipe out. But I wipe out in a way that like my bike kind of stops. I go flying forward past my bike. Remember the ball's in my shirt. I bounce off the ball and I go, and I bounce upwards. So not like high upwards, but I kind of like go like a flying, go like a right in front of her, like literally right in front of her. And my friends are all looking at me and they're just laughing. And she looks at me. I don't think she realizes it's me again, but I realize. And she just looks mortified times two. And I'll be honest, now that I think back about it, now that I really think back about it, I think at that time I thought it was really funny as well. Because these guys were all dying. She wasn't laughing. I wasn't laughing. But even like, let's say like 30 minutes later, I was still laughing about it because it's hilarious. Like it's a funny story, and it's like, why would I even decide to put the ball in my shirt? Like just ride regularly. And also, I'm the last one there. Why did no one else have a basketball? But that's just how it is sometimes. I found one of these fries here. And yeah, that was a story about how I embarrassed myself in front of the same girl twice in high school in two very different, but in my opinion, pretty funny ways. With that being said, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave a comment down below of anything to talk about. I'm down to that. As well, check out videos inside. And yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed the story. I'll try to think of other stories because I have like so many stories. Like I said, I just forgot. And I only remember that because my sister keeps reminding me of it every time I see her. So maybe she'll watch this video and laugh at it again. We'll see. But yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed it. And with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. This was Jollibee, delicious out of 10. First review, and peace.